Okay. Have you ever owned a very yappy little dog that wants to bark at everything going by and every sound that comes up? Do you know about these animals? So, taming enemy images, this judgmental mind, is a little bit like taming that yappy dog, right? Think of it as a protective part of you that developed, that sort of decided that its role in life is to critique everything that happens. It's like this script that runs. And it's like these little dogs that are sort of hyper vigilant. And a car goes by and it's yep, 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 yep. And a leaf falls and it's yep, 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 yep. Like it needs to alert you to every damn thing that's going on. Now, if you want to train this dog not to be so freaking annoying in your life, one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to tune in every time it's yapping and you're going to calm it down. You're going to redirect it. You're going to teach it to do something different. Okay. And you also want to help it soothe its nervous system a little bit so that it isn't on such hypervigilance all the time. So if we just take that as a metaphor and we work with this part of ourselves that is scanning constantly for wrongness, it's sort of an overactive part of our psyche that wants to critique and measure and compare and scan. And it's not a function we want to turn off. We do want to have this function running, but we don't want it to be overactive. So you can keep a jackal journal where you write it down. You can have like a beautiful book where you write down all of the glorious judgments that I have of the world. This is my glorious judgment journal. But instead of actually letting it run free in my mind and even worse, get expressed in my mouth through everybody else around me, it's just going to get channeled into this beautiful book that I have. And if you're a little bit, like I used to love magic and science fiction, and well, I still do. So I tend to think of it like taking a wand and taking all that dark judgment energy and swirling it out and getting it all into my nice book of spells where it kind of gets contained. And this is where it's going to get transformed. And this is where it gets to live, but it doesn't go and run rampant dark energy out into the world. Okay. But I learn how to channel it. I learn how to put it in a place and let it get expressed and have a place to live. And then you can also, if you do that, if you start writing all of these things down, you can start sorting which of these things are just petty and ridiculous. Like, really, do I care about pants? I don't know. Okay, but I might care about the person walking down the street holding a machine gun. That might be something I care about differently than what I care about fashion. So you can start figuring out which things are actually touching onto deep values and which things are just an overactive judgmental mind grabbing onto everything that it can play with. The nonviolent communication practice that could be helpful is looking for the feelings and needs underneath every judgment. So just using every petty judgment that comes in as feeling and needs practice. So when I see your pants hanging beneath your bum, I feel uncomfortable and curious. I have a need for more ease of movement in myself. My mirror neurons are running a very uncomfortable sensation in my body as I watch this. And I also have some curiosity and I have a need for some information about how one might come to make a choice like this. And then in that moment, what's my request? Do I want to go interview some people and find out? Do I want to meet my need for information? Do I want to ground myself in my need for comfort, realizing that the choices I make for myself work so much better for my hips and legs than that choice? And just celebrate the beauty of us being able to choose different things and the reaffirmation that my choice for me is a good one. So you can begin working with it playfully so that we can detox all of this one-upping. It's, judgment is a form of one-upping. My way is better than your way. Your way is inferior to my way. That's a bad way. This is a good way. So these are practices for working with that part of our psyche and bringing more playfulness and lightness and acceptance of diversity of all different kinds. And then really also sort of detoxing out, what do I really want to take a stand on? What actually matters? Is this really something that is a value of mine, or is this something I'm happy to let go of and expand my heart to so that it can include more ways of being?